So today I want to show you some different marshmallows that you can make. These ones are going to be for St. Patty's Day, but you can apply this to any holiday or season. So we're going to start out with the Crazy Art Modelite. And if you can't find this, you can also use Model Magic. I just prefer this one because of the consistency, and Model Magic almost always cracks on me. So I got this at Walmart. I looked on Amazon so I could link it up for you, and I can't find any on there. So, you know, like I said, Model Magic will work as well. So I'm going to start out making a few of the regular marshmallows, the large regular marshmallows, and then we're going to go from there and make some other ones, some different ones, but I want to get these ready for the things that we're going to make here. So normally I would do this on parchment paper to keep from getting little specks, but this is a new mat, so I'm hoping that I can avoid getting too many little specks in my marshmallows. Okay, you can see this is about the right size. So I'm just going to cut these into equal parts, or as equal as possible with my eye. I'm so excited. I have some fun new decorations to show you with these marshmallows. Plus I want to show you these other twisty ones that are so cute. So I'm just using my fingers to shape it up as much as I need to get it to look like a marshmallow. And I mean, if you're going to use these plain, you would want to really focus on what it looks like. You know, all these little marks and things, you can use your finger and smooth them out. But I'm usually decorating mine pretty fancy, so I don't worry too much about all those little details. Okay, so I'm just going to make up my other ones that I have here, and then I will come back so that we can make the twisty ones. Okay, so now I have some more of my clay here that I'm just working to get it nice and smooth and softened up. I mean, it's already soft, but just to get it pliable and in a nice ball. Okay, and then I'm going to divide this one into two pieces. And I'm going to put one aside, and I'm going to work with this one. So I'm going to kind of spread it out a little bit because I'm going to put some paint in here, and I want to kind of make sure it doesn't run everywhere. So I'm just going to put a little bit to start and then add as I go, because if you put too much, it gets really weird and it starts to like break. It's hard to explain, but it's not good. And so I'm just going to mix this really thoroughly until all of the paint is even so that it's not streaky in there. So I think I'll probably just stick with that amount of paint. I don't want to get too crazy with it. I'm not trying to make it a dark green. I'm going to put white with this so it'll contrast perfectly. Okay, so I think that's mixed pretty well, and it still has a nice texture. It's not too liquidy or gross. When you're working with this colored, I recommend having a paper towel or baby wipe close by so that you can get the extra paint off of your hands, and so you don't spread it into whatever other colors you're working with. So I'm going to roll this one into a snake. And we're going to do this one pretty thin. Well, compared to the large marshmallows, we're going to do this one pretty thin. It's still going to have some good thickness to it. Okay, so there's that one. Now I'm going to work with white, so I'm just going to make sure to wipe my hands off so I don't get any green into my white marshmallows, or white part of the marshmallows. Okay, and then I'm going to work the white a little bit, and then I'm going to make this into multiple snakes. So I probably am not going to use this big of an amount either. I'm going to do 2, I think. So let's do that. So I'm going to roll these out thinner than the green one. Try to get it as even as possible, although from your fingers there are going to be little dents in it, but it's okay. Okay, so there I have the white one, and then I'm going to make one more white one about the same size, hopefully. Okay, so that looks pretty good. And so now what I'm going to do is take the green one, and then I'm going to place the white one of the white ones, and just kind of like not press it down hard, just press it to the point where it will stick. And then I'm going to put the other one on the opposite side and do the same thing. Okay, and now we're just going to twist this. I'm twisting from both ends. You could just hold it on one end and twist from one end if you are more comfortable doing that. Okay, and now we're just going to cut this into marshmallows. So I'm going to just put the end piece aside. I don't really want to use that one. And then I'm just going to kind of press this and fix up the ends there. And there you have a swirly marshmallow. And like this one, you could just leave it like this if you wanted. You don't need to really mess with it or anything. Unless you want to round out the edges, the ends a little bit. So I'm just going to cut a few of these. Okay, so for this one, we're going to do 3 marshmallows on one stick. And we're going to make this like a 3 marshmallow pop. So don't worry if that happens right there. You can always reshape this back. You can always reshape the marshmallows once they're on here. I don't think I pushed that down far enough. Okay, let's go ahead and put the second one on. I have to move this bottom one down further because the second one is not going to be down far enough for the last one to fit. Now you can see on mine right here where it's like puckering up. I can still fix it, but I've left these sitting for a few minutes while I was doing the other ones, and so it's best if you can just do these right away. Put them on the sticks right away. Okay, so this top one, I want to cover the top of the stick. And then I'm going to push this up as close as I can without it like molding into the top one. Okay, so I'm not loving this right here. So I'm going to push them down and try to flatten it out. Like I said, mine started drying up. This stuff starts drying really quick. So you don't want to leave it sitting for too long without, you know, if you still need to be able to work with it. I'm just going to leave mine like that because that's all I can do at this point. But we're going to put drizzle all over this anyway, so I think it'll be just fine. And I want the shape of these to be as close to the same as possible. You can see now that they're on here, like this top one is quite a bit smaller than the other ones, but I think it'll be fine. Okay, so for the drizzle, I have some green and yellow and white 3D fabric paint. So I have 2 brands here, Polymark, and then I have Scribbles. So I'm gonna just start drizzling this. You could also use the caulk mixture that I showed in the last video, but I wanted to show you a different variation. And this comes out like thin anyway, so it's perfect for this project. And I just put a piece of wax paper down because we're gonna get paint everywhere, so I wanted to make sure that I don't get paint all over my mat. Okay, so I'm going to start with the green. And be careful not to get it onto your stick. So I'm just going to go back and forth. And then I'm going to turn it over and do the same thing on the back side. And then I'm going to go across the top as well. Okay, now I'm going to try the white. I don't know how the white's going to show up on this, but I think it'll give it some dimension and make it look cute. And I got it on my stick, of course. I'm just going to go with green and white. I don't know if I want the yellow on there. So I was able to just wipe it right off the stick. And then I'm going to put this in my little box that I made to dry these. The other thing I'm going to add to this marshmallow pop is some confetti, glitter, whatever. So I have these little shamrocks. And if you watched my other St. Patrick's videos, you probably have already seen these, but I'm just going to sprinkle some of those on so that they stick to the drizzly part. Now, if you're doing this when your marshmallows are nice and wet still, the actual marshmallow part, these will stick to that too, so it'll look a lot cuter, but I let mine dry too much, so here we are. You live and learn, right? Oh, I love how that turned out. So you could also do this on just single marshmallow pops if you wanted to. The same concept, you just don't have to smush all of them onto one stick. So, and I'm going to tie a little bow to put on there. Get the paint out of here so I don't get it all over the place. Now I'm going to hot glue this onto the stick, but if you wanted to wrap it around the stick and tie it, you can do that too. I just don't want to try to do that while it's wet and end up messing it up, and I want to show you how it looks. Okay, so now I'm just going to glue my bow onto the front side. And there we go. Isn't that so stinking cute? Look at that. Oh my gosh, I love it. Okay, so I'm going to put that one aside to dry. Okay, now for the next ones, I wanted to show you how you can put some glitter drizzle on. So I'm going to use my green and white fabric paint. And these are some marshmallows I had made up before. I'm just going to use these to show you because if I show you with a wet marshmallow, all the glitter will stick to the whole thing, and I only want it to stick to the drizzly part. So I'm going to use green glitter and gold glitter, and these are fine glitters. So we'll start with the green glitter one, and I'm just going to drizzle all across the top, and then I'm going to start bringing it down the sides. And then I'm going to kind of fill in the gaps so that it looks cute. Like it's actually dripping. And then I want to make some of these a little bit longer, I think. I like it when some of them look really nice and drippy, and then some of them are shorter. Okay, so that looks pretty cute. Now I'm going to take my glitter and just sprinkle it on. And I want this to just look like glitter. Like I don't really want to see the paint underneath for me personally. You could do a light coat of glitter if that's more your style. But I like a lot of glitter, so. So there's that one, and just tap all the extra glitter off. Isn't that so cute? And then I'll put a ribbon at the bottom as well once this is dry and I can work with it a little easier. So I'm going to put that one aside, and then we'll do the gold one. So for the gold one, I'm just going to use the white paint because I don't have a gold paint like this, and I don't want to use a different color that will show through. So I'm just going to do the same thing as I did with the green one. Just start at the top and fill it in. Okay, and then we're going to drip down the sides next. And then just fill in the gaps here to make it look realistic. Okay, now I'm just going to sprinkle on the glitter. Oh my gosh, I'm going to have to make some of these at Christmas time with red and green glitter. They'll be so pretty. Okay, let's tap up the extra. And there's the gold one. Now see, this is what I don't like as much about the using the 3D paint instead of the caulk that I showed in my other video. It doesn't drip as well. So it's kind of like where you put it is where it stays, where the other one kind of like naturally drips down and it looks more realistic. So I just wanted to show you guys a variation though, because a viewer mentioned using the 3D paint for this, and I knew you could, and I've used it before, but I couldn't remember why exactly I didn't like it, and I don't think it looks as realistic. I wanted to give you a quick shot of these all together, all the ones that we made today, and show you how cute it looks. I stuck them in my little marshmallow mug. So I hope that you love them. I hope that you decide to make them for yourself. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up, and be sure to check out my St. Patty's rainbow and pot of gold video, and I'll leave the card right here for that. And thank you so much for crafting with me today, and I'll see you in the next video.